In this video of the Historic Ordnance series, we're going to look at the Belgian PRB M409 low metallic anti-personnel mine. Now this mine is also listed as the NR409 if you try looking up any info on this. This mine appeared to have entered service in the late 1970s to before 1990. I can't get an exact year on this. This mine's extremely common, but some of the information was impossible to find and some of it was pretty easy. Now, for how common this is, this mine is licensed for manufacture to Portugal as the M969 and also to Singapore where it is known as the SPM1. Actual Belgian production mines have been found in or are being used by Angola, Chad, Ecuador, Iraq, Kuwait, Libya, Namibia, Mozambique, Peru, Rwanda, Somalia, Sudan, Thailand, Western Sahara, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Colombia, Afghanistan, Brazil, Guinea-Bissau, Honduras, Sri Lanka, Mauritania, Oman, Peru, South Africa, and Ukraine. Yes, these are appearing in Ukraine. Russia captured a bunch of these in 2022. And the ones that they captured, they said, and my guess is they're going off of the markings on these, that the ones they captured were actual Belgian production PRB M409s and also Portuguese M969s. Now, even the Slav Ukraine people had to admit, yes, maybe Ukraine is using them, but, you know, they're fully justified to, and you can't say for certain they're from Belgium. Well, the Russian sappers said yes, the stuff that they've captured has come from both Portugal and Belgium. Now, Belgium is signed on to the Ottawa Landmine Ban Treaty. Their stocks were supposedly destroyed in the 1990s. However, they apparently found a few thousand of them somewhere in a warehouse to send to Ukraine. And the Ukrainians, well, they haven't only been putting them on the front lines. The Russians have been recovering them in civilian areas being put out by Ukrainian sabotage groups. Now, some of the technicals on this. This mine is 3 1/4 inches in diameter, 1 inch in height, so this is a really small one. Weight 5 ounces, of which the explosive is 3 ounces, and it is either TNT or Comp B. This is going to depend on date of manufacturer and the factory it came out of. Now, the Belgian ones and Portuguese are both made completely out of plastic. There is a rubberized pressure plate on the top here with a plastic type bolt is what everyone calls it coming up through the center. They come from Belgium in either a dark green or a sand color. Pressure required to set this off is between 17 to 66 pounds of pressure on the pressure plate. This will depend on the temperature. The colder the temperature, the harder it is to set it off. Now, there is a note in EOD sources that even when the protective cover is over the top of the pressure plate here, you can get sufficient pressure put on the pressure plate here to set the mine off. They have come across that. Now, installation on this is extremely simple because everything is already installed inside the mine at the factory. First thing you're going to do, you're going to inspect the mine for damage. Make sure it's serviceable. It's supposed to be watertight. Everything passes inspection, then you're going to pack it up, take it to your area where it's going to be emplaced. At the area where it's going to be emplaced, you can surface lay this, hide it in the grass, underneath leaves, or you can bury it. If you're going to bury it, I would go to the surface of the ground no higher than the top of the rim here going around the top of the mine. So if we're going to bury it, we're going to dig our about 3/4 of an inch deep hole, so just a quick little scrape. Make sure the mine's going to fit inside. At that point, we're going to prep the mine. You're going to remove the safety pin, just lift and pull, and then remove the safety cover from the top of the pressure plate. Taking both fingers, put it down into the hole and camouflage it. It's good to go. That's all that needs to be done. Now, removal on this. You're going to check the area. As you come across other mines, other booby traps, neutralize them as you're moving forward. Locate the mine. It is going to be extremely difficult to locate because reportedly there are 2 firing pins inside here located on the sides and 2 detonators. Now, the firing pins apparently are stainless steel and the detonators are made out of aluminum. So they're damn near impossible to detect with metal detectors. But locate the mine, uncover it. You're then going to check around the mine for any type of booby traps. Chance of an anti-handling device actually installed on the mine, not very likely because it's little over 1/4 of a pound in weight, and that's not enough for most anti-handling devices. But make sure the mine is not booby trapped. If the mine is booby trapped, just destroy it. Blow it in place. Do not continue with removal. But if you do not find any booby traps, I would recommend take something thin, little piece of wire, clean out the channel here for the safety pin on this bolt in the center. Once you get that cleared out and you've made sure not to put any pressure at all on the pressure plate, you're then going to replace the protective cover over the top of the mine. Make sure to line up the channel on the pressure on the cover with the channel going through the bolt here in the center. Then you're going to insert the safety pin, lock it down. At that point, remove the mine from the hole, clean it off, and turn it in for later reuse or disposal. Now, because these mines are already all over the world, in a lot of places, and every demining site I looked at had a different list of countries. So the list that I've been able to compile may not be all inclusive. There may be more countries that have these in inventory. And you take into account a lot of them were sent to Ukraine. As we know from U.S. Pentagon sources, most of the aid, estimated around 70% of the military aid sent to Ukraine, ended up on the arms international black market. If it was small, they could sell it on the black market for a good amount of money. They did it. So it's a guarantee a lot of these are floating around out there. So this is one you should be aware of. Now, for all my engineer brothers and the Patriot Militia movements, always remember, essay ons.